After the break, we get to hear their voices. Please stay with us.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria.
Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. Some opportunity here. I was talking about I beg to differ before the break. Unfortunately, I can't play those sounds. Hopefully, that would be resolved shortly. But I'm glad that we are getting to the very end of the competition. At this point, I'm not particular about the identity of the winner because I believe that any of the kids who make it through, any of them who win the 1 million naira is deserving of it, because they've had a great outing. They have fought so far. It depends on who brings it in the final. But just getting to the final shows that they are worthy of the victory, the recognition, and all of that. So they've had a great outing. Good looking out to the kids. I'm excited that there is a deserving child that will get the prize money, that will win, that will get recognized. And this is something that might last with them forever. You know, just having this experience is a big deal. I'll share a very quick story. Like I said, and I've said many times, I was a part of a debate team in my secondary school. Matter of fact, I was a president. But we didn't understand how big a deal it was that we got to represent the school. Until after school, I got to realize that that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because not everybody had that privilege. And to even make it better, not worse, I stumbled on the LinkedIn page of the teacher who was, taking us. It was our English teacher. He was a core member. It's important to know that, who was taking us and preparing us for that debate. And believe it or not, that feat was on his LinkedIn page. I didn't think that it was big enough to add to his achievement, but he did. He did. And so imagine what it's like for the kids themselves. So I'm excited there is a child that will have 1 million, which will obviously be well deserved. I'm grateful to the parents who raised that child and all the kids who have participated so far. I'm grateful for the parents who have nurtured them and ensured that they are a part of this epoch-making event. I'm grateful to the school that has helped train the child along with the parents and everyone who has been in some way responsible for shaping these children to becoming what they have become. I am grateful for opportunities like this. The one provided by Nigeria Info and many other opportunities I'm sure people are providing with their platforms in their own little or big way, where talent, skill, resilience, and value can be rewarded. Where we are not asking if the election was rigged, where you're not listening to the final and you think, oh, you should have gone to this person, right? And I'm grateful to you for being a part of this adventure. I'm hoping you stick with us till the very end. And for as many editions as we will have, you'll be here with us. It's a wake-up call for parents to raise their children in to be a part of engagement that we can be proud of. More importantly, it's a wake-up call to you to be a person of value, not just the kids. So well done as we slowly head for the semis and the finals. All right, from there, Lent begins today with Ash Wednesday. Lent, one of the most significant periods in the Christian liturgical calendar, begins on March the 5th of 2025. If you check your calendar, you'll see it's today with the observance of Ash Wednesday. This 40-day season, excluding Sundays, is dedicated to penance, fasting, prayer, and almsgiving, leading up to the celebration of Easter on April 20. The duration of Lent reflects the 40 days Jesus Christ spent fasting in the desert, a period marked by reflection, sacrifice, and spiritual preparation. On Ash Wednesday, some Christians attend church services to receive ashes on their forehead in the shape of a cross. I say some because not every Christian believes in the doctrine. But the important dates connected to Lent: Ash Wednesday is today, March the 5th, Palm Sunday is April 13, Good Friday is April 18, and Easter Sunday is April 20th. These dates are important because the date for Easter is one that always gets me confused. But these are the dates connected to these commemorations. It's also important to note that the Muslim faithful have their Ramadan, which is ongoing right now. So this is a holy month for a lot of people in Nigeria, Christian or Muslim. So happy Lent, I guess. Is that a thing? I also noticed that I didn't see a lot of people with ash on their forehead. I was driving this morning and I think I just saw one person. And I know that before, it would have been. So are people doing Ash Wednesday less? Are we having less Catholics? What's the situation? I'm not quite sure, but maybe I just drove on the wrong street. Now, moving from that, today is the 88th birthday of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and President Bola Tinubu has felicitated with a statesman, describing him as a statesman and extraordinary leader who has made enormous contributions to the country's development. President Tinubu, in a tribute to former President Obasanjo, said Providence has constantly thrust the retired general to the forefront at critical junctures in Nigeria's history. Although, this is interesting, although Tinubu said that sometimes General Obasanjo is controversial, he said that Obasanjo's regular interventions in national affairs have shaped public policies and acted as a check on leadership. In his words, today, as former President Olusegun Obasanjo turns 88, I pay a special tribute to an extraordinary leader and statesman who has made enormous contributions to Nigeria's development and whose life for the past 6 decades is woven deeply into the fabric of Nigeria's history. So happy birthday, former President and statesman Obasanjo. Lots of questions come to mind. Some say, well, he's the best president we've had. Well, it depends on how governance touched you. Is Obasanjo Nigeria's best president? What is the legacy of the former president? He led as a military leader and civilian. And what exactly are his achievements? I'll reel those out shortly so we can get to understand what Obasanjo has contributed to the country or indeed taken from it. But I'd like to hear from you. I've spoken about I Beg to Differ, Lent starting today with Ash Wednesday, and the birthday of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. Well, I have on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It's at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and comment on those platforms. Please turn off your radio as you call. And for the achievements of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, he successfully transitioned Nigeria from military to civilian rule. He was the first president in the Fourth Republic. If you remember that, with the return of democracy in 1999, it was handed over to him. Economic reforms and debt relief. Yes, under the president's government, we were forgiven of a very huge debt. We were owing billions. And the president, with his policies and those he appointed, were able to get us out of that debt. Now, Nigeria is back in even deeper debt. Under his administration, the banking sector was reformed. If you remember, there was a time that some banks had to merge with other banks because there were policies to ensure the protection of people's monies. Obasanjo was the one who established the EFCC and the ICPC. It was under his administration that the NDDC was established as well. He caused a revolution in telecoms. GSM came to Nigeria under Obasanjo's administration. Education and public reforms. UBE, Universal Basic Education, was established under Obasanjo's administration. And many more policies and projects, commissions under Obasanjo. So, what do you make of it? Hello, good afternoon.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, Sam, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Patrick,
Yes,
welcome.
I'm Adi Patrick, I'm calling from Afreji.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to speak Governor Fubara said he have not received the copy of the Supreme Court ruling.
We're not having a conversation now. It's for 5 p.m. I just introduced the topic.
Okay, let me take the former president, the former president Obasanjo. I know what we record the network MTN, the phone have provided for Nigeria that make communication easy.
Yeah.
And we have recorded it, and the whole world have recorded it. He is the one that make communication to be easy in Nigeria. Kudos to him. I say congratulations to him once again.
Thank you
Happy
very much.
birthday to him. So I wish you well.
Thank you for calling. It's an achievement, of sorts, but think about it. If Obasanjo did not do it, right, would we still be using landlines at this time? I don't think so, because the entire world has moved on to mobile telecommunications. So some presidents must have implemented that. And you need to understand that the telcos are private businesses. So somebody must have approached Nigeria with an investment opportunity, and of course, they were obviously going to take it. So we're excited that it happened while he was president, but if it wasn't him, it would have been the next president, and the one after that, and the one after that. So at this point, we must have gotten mobile telecommunication. Okay, so Jimmy says, I just finished reading Max Cillion's Soldiers of Fortune, where he explored Nigeria's politics from IBB and MKO to Abacha, Abdulsalam and OBJ. I can tell you, yes, OBJ is the best president Nigeria ever had. He was the only general that kept the promise to bring democracy. He fought the military after they kept unleashing coups and taking over from each other. And he could have paid the ultimate price by being executed by Abacha. He gave Nigeria dignity on the international stage. The giant of Africa thing that they call us was true during OBJ's rule. Well, give or take. Sam, I actually wish his third term bid worked. I'm of the opinion that democracy as it is practiced in Nigeria is flawed. And he says a benevolent dictator. Okay? Like OBJ will be best for us. Well, thank God it didn't work. Joseph from LMA called. Hello, Joseph. Good afternoon.
Obasanjo, I want to say congratulations and happy birthday to you. Obasanjo as a leader, look at his past record in terms of achievement in governance. I think I gave it to him at some point. The mobile phone that we are using today, yes, I want to say it's part of his achievement. He introduced EFCC, ICPC, and there's one of the other policies that we as a country is enjoying today. Looking at it, I think it's every other leader that came after him, aside Lent Begins, has gone close to what he has done as a president, just as a then president, as Nigeria wouldn't have been at the point where we are today. And so we are looking at the policy that have pushed us into the thing we are today. If you were to go back and you are going to be where we are, we had a lot of local that work within such as Lagos and a lot of other persons. So for congratulations and happy birthday to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We're moving from that to Charles, who calls from Elakahia. Hello, Charles. Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm the Oracle. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, happy birthday to Obasanjo first and foremost.
Okay.
But being the best president we've had, I don't know. But I have just a question to ask.
Okay.
In his military time, between transition of 76, 77 to 79, when he transitioned, there was something he made for Nigeria.
What's up?
There was a program he brought, Operation Feed the Nation. But the moment he left government and transitioned, that farm changed to Obasanjo Farm Nigeria, the same OFN. So, you see, all our leaders have something in common. Let me not continue from there. Thank you. You are come to counter it.
Okay. Okay. So finding flaws, finding faults, and hopefully finding succor. And he says yes, Obasanjo played his own part, but there are parts where he's not completely satisfied, especially with the military administration. As former President Olusegun Obasanjo clocks 88 today, I want to congratulate him because he remains the best president Nigeria has had, as I cherish his choice of those who worked with him, unlike what we have now. Woyike Odinaka says, I want to take Clinton West. Good day, Mr. Sam. Special tribute to former military leader and civilian president, statesman Obasanjo. He was instrumental to EFCC. Happy birthday to the former president. And good afternoon. This is from Lexi. Concerning the issue of Supreme Court's decision, we're not there yet. Obasanjo, I believe, was one of the best leaders that had the betterment of citizens in his heart as a president. Fidelis Selemua from Eche says. And Melody says, God will always bless OBJ as the luckiest and best president we've ever had. OBJ was so articulated and deliberate in shaping Nigeria, a man that assembled the best brains so far in governance. Only president that has his investments in Nigeria agri sector. Okay, although he has dictatorship tendencies, he's a benevolent autocratic. That's interesting. Muriel calls from Africa. Hello, Muriel. Muriel. My goodness. Okay, so Muriel doesn't know she's live. I'm guessing she would have to call back. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. I agree completely with the appointments of the former presidents. That was a time where people aspired to be appointees of government, because then the ministers, they fit. Particularly the appointment of Dora as the DG of NAFDAC. People were fighting because every political position seemed like it had to be a compensation. But Obasanjo was insistent on the choices he made. We had Chukwuemeka Chikelu in information, we had Dora in NAFDAC, it seemed everybody fit, and it's a time that made you excited to be Nigerian. Chima calls from Rumokuta. Hello, Chima.
Hello, Mr. Oracle. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah,
good afternoon.
Let me first of all congratulate the former president and military head of state. Happy birthday to him. But I'll be so sorry to make him understand that this is the actual problem that we are having in this democratic government. We are not putting full federalism, which is what is supposed to start it. And you know what happened? When Abu Salam took over, the Nigerians were like, maybe hand over to civilians. And he already did that. And Obasanjo was supposed to come and finish the due process of federalism. State police, local government autonomy, financial and political, assembly, legislative assembly, judiciary. He's going to do those things for us. He refused because of his own selfish interest. Even you could remember that he was there even trying to see how the Senate can turn it to become a top 10 office for him. So he didn't do anything for us. Even when he was the military administrator that he went to host press start
Go and check from history, Mr. I know you're a history student. That is after Obasanjo hosted first pack that time. That's why our naira started falling. That first pack you're hearing was as the kind of the effect Nigeria voted under Obasanjo as a military man. So actually, although God blessed him to be our leader, but to me, Chimajike, he hasn't done anything for us, and he didn't even do. My name is Chimajike. I can tell you on and on, but let me just stop here for now.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm hoping this is a character that you imbibe. Okay. Good afternoon, Sam. First, I must thank Nigeria Info for the debt debate, I think you mean, and I've been enjoying it so far. We really do have great minds in some of these kids. All of them are doing well. Secondly, Obasanjo is a great man. And what he did then, we're still enjoying today, apart from electricity and our petroleum sector. If he didn't do some of this, I wonder where Nigeria will be by now. If every president has continued like that, Nigeria would have been far better than this. So happy birthday to him. Thirdly, I didn't see anyone with ash on their head today. I mean, Nigeria don't have rich. In those days, we'll see everyone with ash moving around, but today when it's summer, yes, Churchill, I noticed, even though I don't go out much, right? I just noticed that it's not like it used to be. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. We could create a new 200 naira and put OBJ's face on it. When he dies, or better still, replace Amadu Bello with OBJ, who was a true statesman. Why would you want to replace? Emeka calls from Owerri. Hello, Emeka.
My brother, honestly, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
See, let me lay more emphasis on the issue of Obasanjo. Because Nigeria will forget too soon. We always forget. See, even though he has his masterpiece as a human being, he has his deficiency as a human being, all of us. See, Obasanjo, some people should know that Obasanjo was from prison to do Nigeria in 1999. He was not the part of a PDP. He was in prison. And you know when somebody comes from prison, you know what it is. Even if he was thinking that Abacha will kill him. So when somebody says, Obasanjo for me, 1998, the first president for me is Obasanjo. 1998. Followed by Chada Good Luck. Chada was that one has to eat. But for me, that did not achieve a lot. Everything was, the opponent was transparent. Good Luck tried his best. So what I'm trying to say is the benefits of Obasanjo is taken on us today. Just as you mentioned. Have you forgotten that before now, you cannot even confidently go and put money in the bank? Have you forgotten this? Have you forgotten that the insurance system in Nigeria was very next to close?
All right, Emeka. I was hoping it would get better, but it did not. Obasanjo is the reason I make use of mobile phones now. I think he's the best we've ever had. He was so precise in his choice of ministers, wishing him a happy birthday. April from Port Harcourt. Everyone agrees with the minister bit. Okay, says the best head of state is Abacha. Whose opinion is this? Stephen. Okay. Things were affordable during OBJ's tenure. Diamond says from Roma Hollow. Yeah, I mean, it was always affordable with the previous administration. Inflation is a constant. Miriam calls from Africa. Hello, Miriam.
Hi, Sam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you with us now?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say? Sorry, Sam.
I was asking if you're with us now. We picked the call earlier and we heard you speaking your language. Please go ahead.
Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Sam. I didn't know.
No problem.
Sorry, please.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm with you now. I'm an Okreka woman.
Okay. Welcome.
Look, Sam, I want to say a big happy birthday to Obasanjo. Honestly, sometimes when I look at him and look at late Edwin Clark, it seems to me as if this man should just live forever. They shouldn't go. You know, their voices are ever young. Whenever they speak, it seems so young and fresh. You know, as he gets to us, I just wish him good health, and I really thank God that he takes good care of himself. The last time I saw him in a video, he was running, you know, doing little steps. I was so happy. Please let him keep himself healthy for us. And then President Tinubu, you just seen him. I say he's a good one, you know, praising him. And they are from the same place. And Obasanjo did not even relent. He's still going ahead talking. I just pray our leaders listen to him. He's one of our good leaders. You know, the good people that try to put Nigeria on the right path. And it was his making that brought up Jonathan, which to me is the best president we've ever had when it comes to people he worked with, his ministers and his policies, critically looking at it. So I say a big happy birthday, congratulations to him. And let me stop here for now.
Muriel, do you agree that Obasanjo can be controversial sometimes with his statements and contributions?
I don't know. When you talk about controversial, it's relative. For me, it is not. He is who he is.
Okay.
And controversial does not cut it out. I can't call him controversial. I say he's a plain, and as he takes it, even the president, the Jonathan he brought, you know, he was straightforward with him. He was giving him bumper to bumper, even up to Buhari, even up to Tinubu and Bota. So for Tinubu, it's a bit relenting, maybe for age sake, but I don't think it's controversial. It's not to me.
All right, thank you, Muriel. Thank you. Sylvanus from Torres Beach. Hello, Sylvanus.
Yeah, good evening, Samuel.
Good evening.
Yes, I want to say a very big thanks to our former president, President Olusegun Obasanjo. Let us not forget about the good things that he has done for us. Without our former president, this phone I'm using to call your station, I cannot be able to call. Maybe I may use a letter to write to your station.
Really?
But right now,
really?
I am in my own community, talking to you in your own station. Let us clap up for him.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, for him to brought this telecom now, we are using now today. Without the Obasanjo brought this one, where are you going to speak this kind of message to your own station?
Yeah, but someone else would have done that. I mean, come on.
Even though someone, but he is the first person that went to the bush and got the animal. So we give him that kudos.
Okay. Thank
you.
So
I want to say a very big thanks to our former president and for 88 years birthday.
All right. Thank you, Sylvanus. I mean, he does get the credit, right? It happened in his government, but come on. There's no way in 2025 we'll still be using landlines. And I should know. My dad worked with Nitel. Nitel was a big deal back then. My dad was a small, big man, right? Because it was the only telecom company. It was owned by the state. I remember when we just started the transition, of course, mobile telecommunication came in. The Nitel had there was this network, MTEL. I don't know if you remember, right? The whole transition thing, buying phones and buying SIM cards. Yeah, that was Obasanjo's time. But if he didn't do it, someone else would have done it. There's no way we'll be using landlines till now. Now that there is a smartphone revolution, now that there are iPhones, Samsungs, and, you know, smartphones everywhere, and Nigeria will still be doing, I don't know the code for River States. I remember all the cities we lived in. Lagos is 01, Abuja is 09, and we'll still be, no, come on, no way. Enugu is 042, that one they always make us remember. It's not possible that would have still been using, Nitel would not have survived. So kudos to Obasanjo, right? It was his government, but we would have caught up. If he didn't do it, the next president would have done it, or the next one. But we will definitely have mobile telecoms right now. Definitely. All right, we'll go back to taking calls, but the last headline must be taken. The day is not complete without an episode of the Natasha drama. It seems it keeps on giving us episodes. I don't want to say I'm tired of it, but I'd like for us to move on. A federal high court in Abuja has restrained the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions from conducting a disciplinary proceeding against the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. The presiding judge, Obiora Egwuatu, gave the order on Tuesday following an ex parte application filed by Akpoti-Uduaghan's counsel. According to the enrolled court order, obtained by newsmen. The court said, upon reading the 25-paragraph affidavit in support of the motion ex parte and the affidavit of urgency, both deposed by Senator Natasha, adult female Christian Nigerian citizen of Kogi Central. After hearing Sanusi Musa, okay, this is quite the read, yada yada yada, the court have delivered its bench ruling in open court, reasoning conclusions, running out of time. Okay, so that's the case. And I think I saw a video today where she formally petitioned the Senate President about the sexual harassment allegation. Now, I'll rush with this. The judiciary leaves a lot to be desired. We are in desperate need of judicial reforms. But what is worse than a defective judicial system is an abuse of the court. In my personal opinion, please note that, my personal opinion, there's no reason to use the court to stop the disciplinary committee of the Senate from doing what is their job. That is the internal disciplinary measure of the Senate. So I don't see why a court should be used to stop a committee whose job is to instill discipline. And now she has filed a harassment petition against the Senate President. So it kind of seems like, well, I don't want to go too forward, but this move doesn't make her look good. Is she saying she's not subject to internal disciplinary protocols? How does this affect her image, her standing, and the allegations? But most importantly, and this is my greatest concern, how is the image of the Senate affected by the constant drama revolving around this whole case? For the past couple of weeks, all we've heard from the Senate is Akpabio, Natasha, Akpabio, this one said this one did not say that. And different senators are granting interviews. Everybody is sucked into, just yesterday or the day before, we had a conversation around Itagiwa giving her opinion on it, and it became a headline. We need the legislature to resume making headlines for lawmaking reasons. Because what you may not notice is that this is just taking time, and before you know, we are all of us, we're all focused on this, and then we forget that these are our reps. So let's get this over with and get back to being represented, get back to looking at a Senate that makes headlines for lawmaking reasons. That's my position. Let's see, can I squeeze in one call? Yes, I can. Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Good evening. All right, go ahead.
Happy birthday to